What would you do if the power went out tomorrow and never came back on? No electricity, no refrigeration, no heating, no internet. For weeks, maybe months. While most people would panic within 48 hours, a small group of prepared families would barely break a sweat. The difference? They know something you're about to learn. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact products, tools, and strategies you need to not just survive, but actually thrive during a long-term blackout, whether it's caused by an EMP, cyber attack, or grid failure. These aren't expensive doomsday bunker solutions. These are practical, affordable items you can start gathering today that will keep your family safe, warm, fed, and protected when everyone else is struggling. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we turn anxiety into action and help you build real resilience for your family. If you're ready to take control of your future, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss our survival guides. Now, let's get into exactly what you need. Let's start with something most people don't think about until it's too late: fire safety. When the power goes out long-term, emergency services either won't be available or will be completely overwhelmed. You're on your own. And here's the scary part. When people start using alternative heating and cooking methods, fire risks skyrocket. Open flames become commonplace. One small mistake can cost you everything. So your first line of defense? Portable fire extinguishers. Not just one, several. Keep them in different locations throughout your home. But here's what most people don't know. You can get rechargeable water extinguishers that you can pressurize with a simple bike pump. No electricity required, no special chemicals needed, just water and manual pressure. Now what about fires outside your home? Grass fires, brush fires, things that could spread to your property. This is where backpack sprayers become invaluable. Fill them with water, strap them on, and you've got a mobile firefighting system that can help you quickly address small fires before they become catastrophic. These cost maybe $20 to $30 and could literally save your home. Next, let's talk about heat. In cold climates, warmth isn't a luxury, it's survival. Your furnace won't work. Your electric heaters are useless. And here's the problem with propane heaters that everyone buys: they depend on a steady supply of fuel that simply won't be available during a long-term blackout. Once your propane runs out, you're done. The solution? Wood heat. A wood stove is sustainable, long-lasting, and gives you both heat and a cooking surface. As long as you have access to trees, you have fuel. Yes, it requires more work than flipping a thermostat, but that's the trade-off for independence. But what if you can't install a wood stove or don't have access to firewood? This is where oil heaters come in. You can build DIY heaters that run on waste oil or even household vegetable oil using common materials. These aren't complicated devices, and they can keep a room warm when you have no other options. Here's another simple tool that makes a huge difference: non-electric heater fans. These sit on top of your wood stove and use the radiated heat to circulate warm air throughout your living space. No batteries, no electricity, just physics. They cost around $30 to $50 and dramatically improve heating efficiency. The key principle here is diversification. Don't rely on a single heating method. Have wood as your primary source, oil as a backup, and multiple ways to distribute that heat. That's how you ensure your family stays warm no matter what runs out. Now, let's address lighting, because living in darkness is more than uncomfortable. It's dangerous. You can't see hazards. You can't do basic tasks. Your morale plummets. Most people immediately think solar generator, but here's what they don't consider. Certain events, especially EMPs, can fry electronic components. Your expensive solar setup could become a paperwork overnight. That's why you need low-tech, reliable lighting solutions. Kerosene and oil lanterns have been used for centuries because they work. They provide both light and a modest amount of heat. Keep several lanterns around your home and stock up on fuel. These aren't just backup lights. They're your primary lighting system when everything electronic fails. Don't overlook candles either. Yes, they're simple. Yes, they're old-fashioned. But they're also cheap, easy to store, and they work. Add some reflectors behind them, and you multiply their effectiveness. Keep dozens of candles on hand. In a long-term blackout, you'll use them every single night. Proper lighting isn't just about convenience. It prevents accidents, supports your daily activities, and maintains a sense of normalcy that's crucial for mental health during a crisis. Let's move on to food and water, the absolute essentials. Your refrigerator and freezer become useless within 24 hours. All that food you've stored, it's spoiling. You need new strategies for both cooking and preservation. Pressure cookers and canners are game changers. They allow you to prepare meals quickly over an open flame, which conserves fuel. But more importantly, they enable long-term food preservation. You can take fresh meat, vegetables, or complete meals and can them so they last for years. Not months, years. Stuck up on canning supplies right now. Mason jars, lids, rings, and all the cleaning tools you need to keep everything sanitary. These supplies are cheap now, but will be worth their weight in gold when the grid goes down. Learn the process before you need it. Practice canning now so you're confident when it matters. But cooking and preserving food requires tools. Electric kitchen appliances? Useless. You need manual alternatives. A manual coffee grinder, a flour mill, a meat grinder, a pasta maker. These allow you to process raw ingredients into usable food. Add a whisk, an egg beater, a knife sharpener, and a mortar and pestle, and you've got a complete manual kitchen that never needs electricity. These aren't expensive specialty items. Most cost between $10 and $50, but together they ensure you can continue preparing nutritious, varied meals regardless of the circumstances. Morale matters during a crisis, and good food is one of the best ways to maintain it. Now, water. You can survive weeks without food, but only days without water. Clean water is absolutely non-negotiable, and you cannot assume your tap water will remain safe during a long-term blackout. Water treatment facilities need power. Without it, contamination becomes a serious risk. The simplest, most reliable water purification method? Chlorine bleach. Not the scented kind, unscented only. Just a few drops per gallon can disinfect water and make it safe to drink. But you need to know the proper ratios, which is why you must print out instructions right now and store them with your supplies. When the internet is down, you can't Google how much bleach to purify water. Bleach isn't just for water. It's a multi-purpose disinfectant. You can use it to clean surfaces, treat contamination, and sanitize after hunting or medical incidents. Keep several gallons on hand. It's cheap, it's effective, and it might save your life. Here's something most people never consider: a still. Yes, a traditional distillation setup. A non-electric, wood-fired still is one of the most versatile tools you can have during a long-term blackout. First, you can produce alcohol for consumption, for barter, or as a disinfectant. Alcohol becomes incredibly valuable when supply chains collapse. Second, you can distill natural materials to create fuel or essential oils. These can be used for medicine, light, or trade. Third, and this is crucial, alcohol and fuel are premium bartering items. You can trade them for food, clothing, medicine, or anything else you need. A still isn't complicated. You can build one or buy one relatively affordably. But the value it provides during a crisis is immense. It transforms you from someone who's just surviving into someone who's producing valuable resources. Finally, let's talk about growing your own food. This is the ultimate form of self-reliance. Gardens don't need electricity. They don't rely on supply chains. They just need seeds, soil, water, and knowledge. Start building your seed vault now. You can acquire seeds from grocery stores, hardware stores, or by saving seeds from organic, non-GMO produce you buy at the supermarket. Pay attention to clearance sales. Hardware stores practically give away seeds at the end of the season. Stock up then. Here's what most people don't realize. Seeds become incredibly valuable during a crisis. Everyone who didn't prepare will desperately need them to start gardens. Seeds are lightweight, last for years when stored properly, and are perfect for bartering. A packet of tomato seeds that cost $2 now could be worth 10 meals later. Build a diverse seed collection: vegetables, herbs, fruits, anything you can grow in your climate.
Then learn how to save seeds from your harvests so you can keep growing year after year without needing to buy more. This is true food security. Now let's talk about the tools and skills that separate those who merely survive from those who actually thrive during a long-term blackout. When the power goes out indefinitely, your ability to repair, build, and maintain becomes critical. Start with basic hardware: screws, nails, nuts, and bolts. These seem mundane, but they're essential for fixing almost anything. Stock up on various sizes and types now while they're cheap and available. Once supply chains break down, you won't be able to run to the hardware store. Hand tools are your new power tools. You need wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, hammers, and saws. But don't stop there. Hand drills, bolt cutters, pry bars, axes, splitting mauls, wedges, and sledgehammers all serve specific purposes. Shovels and gardening tools become essential when you're growing your own food. Post hole diggers for building fences, high lift jacks for moving heavy objects, or even vehicles. This sounds like a lot, but think about it. These tools allow you to maintain your home, build new structures, start and maintain a garden, cut and split firewood, and complete countless repair jobs. Without electricity, your hands and these tools are all you have. The good news? Most hand tools are incredibly affordable at garage sales, estate sales, and secondhand stores. You can build an impressive collection for a few $100s if you're strategic. Here's something most people overlook: transportation. When fuel supplies are disrupted, and they will be, your car becomes useless. Gas stations need electricity to pump fuel.
Supply trucks won't be running. Even if you have a full tank, it won't last long. And then what? Bicycles. Simple, reliable, efficient bicycles. They need no fuel, they're easy to maintain, and with a wagon or trailer attached, you can haul water, firewood, supplies, or anything else you need. A bicycle can be the difference between being isolated at home and being able to access resources miles away. But bicycles need maintenance too. Stock up on bike pumps, tire patches, and solid tire tubes that prevent flats. These are small investments that ensure your primary transportation method keeps working. Learn basic bike repair now so you're not figuring it out during a crisis. Now here's the thing about survival that nobody wants to admit. You can have all the tools and supplies in the world, but if you don't have knowledge, you're still vulnerable. When the internet is down, when your phone is dead, when you can't look up instructions online, what then? This is why you need a survival library. Hard copy books, real physical books that don't require electricity or internet access. DIY and repair manuals that teach you how to fix, build, and maintain essential systems. Gardening guides that show you how to grow food in your specific climate. Foraging books that help you identify edible plants in your area. Medical references for treating injuries and illnesses when hospitals are overwhelmed or unreachable. Cooking books with recipes that use basic, long-lasting ingredients. Start building this library now. Buy books at used bookstores. Download and print important guides. Organize everything so you can find what you need quickly during an emergency. Information becomes precious when it's not universally accessible anymore. Your library could help not just your family, but your entire neighborhood. Here's the hard truth about long-term blackouts. Individual survival is difficult, but community survival is achievable. You cannot do this alone. No one can. The families and neighborhoods that thrive during extended crises are the ones that work together. Share your knowledge with neighbors. Teach them what you're learning. Share tools and resources. When someone needs a specific tool, being able to borrow it is better than everyone having to own everything. Establish networks for sharing information and organizing tasks. Identify who has medical training, who knows carpentry, who's good at gardening, and who has other valuable skills. Bartering becomes essential when conventional currency and supply chains fail. The items we've discussed, preserved food, alcohol, fuel, seeds, even purified water, these become your new currency. Someone with eggs might trade for your canned vegetables. Someone with medical supplies might trade for the alcohol you've distilled. This is how communities survive when normal systems collapse. Create communication systems within your neighborhood, whether it's a simple message board, regular meetings, or designated runners on bicycles. You need ways to share critical information. Who needs help?
What resources are available? Are there threats approaching? Communication and organization can make the difference between chaos and coordinated survival. So let's bring this all together. What do you actually need to do right now, today, to start preparing? First, assess your family's specific needs. Consider your climate. Is heat or cooling more critical? Think about health conditions. Does anyone need specific medications or medical equipment? What about dietary requirements? Look at the resources available in your area. Do you have access to firewood? Is there water nearby? Understanding your unique situation helps you prioritize what to gather first. Second, start building your inventory. You don't have to buy everything at once. Start small and gradually accumulate the essential items we've discussed. Focus on affordability and versatility. A $50 hand tool that serves multiple purposes is better than a $200 specialized item you'll rarely use. Hit garage sales, estate sales, and clearance sections. Be strategic. Third, practice. Don't wait until an emergency to learn how to use your equipment. Cook a meal on your camp stove or wood stove. Practice purifying water. Try using your manual kitchen tools. Get comfortable with your hand tools. The time to learn is now, when mistakes are inconvenient rather than dangerous. Practice builds confidence and reveals gaps in your preparation that you can address before they matter. Fourth, document everything. Print out instructions for water purification, food preservation, medical care, and any other critical processes. Organize your survival library so information is easy to find. Create checklists of your supplies so you know what you have and what you need. When stress is high during an actual crisis, having clear written guidance reduces errors and panic. Fifth, connect with others. Look for local preparedness groups. Join online communities now while the internet still works. Share ideas and learn from people who've been preparing longer than you have. But more importantly, start subtle conversations with neighbors. You don't have to announce that you're a prepper or make it weird. Just find out who might be open to mutual aid during an emergency. Community is your greatest asset during a crisis, but those relationships take time to build.
Here's what I want you to understand. Preparation is not about living in fear. It's the exact opposite. Every step you take toward preparedness is a step away from anxiety and toward confidence. Right now, the thought of a long-term blackout might terrify you, but as you gather supplies, build skills, and create plans, that fear transforms into calm readiness. You stop asking, "What would I do?" because you already know. Emergency preparedness isn't a one-time project. It's an ongoing process. Regularly review your supplies. Are your food stores still good? Is your water purification bleach still potent? Do you need to replace anything? Practice your skills periodically so they stay sharp. Update your plans as your family's needs change. Stay ready not just for one specific disaster, but for any eventuality. The families that thrive during a long-term blackout aren't the ones with the most expensive gear or the biggest stockpiles. They're the families that combined practical preparation with knowledge and community connections. They're the ones who started small, stayed consistent, and built resilience one step at a time. You can be one of those families. Everything we've discussed today is achievable. The tools are affordable, the skills are learnable, the knowledge is available. What's required is simply the decision to start and the commitment to continue. A long-term blackout is a daunting scenario, but you're not powerless. By investing in practical tools, building essential skills, and fostering cooperation with those around you, you ensure that you're not just surviving, you're thriving even when the lights go out. Remember, the key to resilience isn't just what you have, it's what you know and how you work with others. Start building your preparedness plan today. Take action on even one or two items we've discussed, and encourage others to do the same. If you found this guide valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry. We're here to help you build real, practical resilience for your family. Check out our other videos for more in-depth guides on specific survival skills. Drop a comment and let us know what topics you'd like us to cover next. Stay safe, keep learning, and keep building your preparedness. The future is uncertain, but your readiness doesn't have to be. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.